Hello, everyone. I just wanted to go ahead and take a look at the sample essay that I put up in the file section in Canvas. So this person is obviously writing for a 1B class, but I think it's a very good sample paper uh, for many reasons. And we'll kind of go through why that is as we kind of as I kind of go through this, walk you through this as to as why I think this is a good sample paper. This person starts with an excellent title: "Maximum Debates Over Minimum Wage." This person sets up the issue pretty well. You kind of know where the paper's headed right away from that title. He carefully sort of sets up what is going to be his thesis, talking about the sort of debate back and forth in terms of minimum wage. But the thesis is something I want to highlight here, and so here's where we find it. He says, rather than pursuing policies such as minimum wage increases that may create both winners and losers, policymakers should focus on practices that may generate faster economic growth to benefit all workers, such as effectively changing the tax rate. So, excuse me. Let's just get out of there, that annoying thing that pops up all the time. All right, so he starts with saying, this is something that we have talked about in the past, but it's not effective. This is what should happen, right? So this is really the focus. Policymakers should focus on practices that may generate faster economic growth to benefit all workers, such as effectively changing the tax rate. Okay, it really can't get any clearer than that, right? Minimum wage increase doesn't work. The focus should be on the tax code, and because that would generate a faster economic growth that would benefit everybody, especially in the middle. And that's what he really talks about in the rest of the paper. But he doesn't get there yet, right? He'll talk about what the problems are first, and then he gets to the solution. But what I wanted to focus on, not necessarily reading the whole paper, because that would take way too long. You can do that on your own. But I want to highlight how he introduces, cites, and explains quotes too. So let's take this one for example. He says, let's see, where does this quote begin? Oh, there we go. Okay. So he says, after winning the historical 1936 election by a landslide, President Roosevelt mandated a nationwide minimum wage at 25 cents an hour by establishing the Fair Labor Standards Act in 1938, which is equivalent to $4.36 an hour in 2018. The purpose of this law is to maintain and then he goes into the quote itself. So all of this is kind of summary of where it comes from. But this part, right, is the direct quote. Minimum standard of living necessary for health, efficiency, and general well-being without substantially curtailing employment. And then, this is the web page where it comes from, and then the page number. Let's see. Here's a good one. As explained by George Reisman, PhD, Professor Emeritus of Economics at Pepperdine University, the higher wages are, the higher costs of production are. The higher costs of production are, the higher prices are. The higher prices are, the smaller the quantities of goods and services demanded and the number of workers employed in producing them. Okay, so he's highlighting the problem with a higher minimum wage. And this is, he sets up the credentials of the professor as well from Pepperdine University Professor Emeritus of Economics at Pepperdine University. Let's see. By the way, I'm not necessarily saying that I agree with what this person's saying. I'm just highlighting the way in which he's saying it. Okay. I'm not disagreeing either, but I take no stance necessarily at this point. I just want to highlight the way in which he is communicating this message. Okay, so again, he'll set up this quote pretty well here. So he'll introduce it, right, to emphasize the Congressional Budget Office projected that, and then he goes right into that quote, incorporating the quote within that sentence. Okay. He also uses Rousseau in this. This is a longer paper, as it should be, right? I mean, you have to sort of set up the problem first, and then highlight the solution that you want to focus on. By the way, the reason why you use citations like that in text is so that your reader can cross-reference that with the annotated bibliography, or in our case, the works cited page, right? So if, for example, the Fair Labor Standards Act is in your parenthetical reference, then you can cross-reference that with the citation so that the person can find it on their own. So Grayville, for example, you use that last name in the in-text citation so that you can then the reader can come here and go, okay, well, this is where I would find that, right? Lucky for us, Academic Search Complete and other databases do a works cited generation automatically, basically. Like you just click on the cite source icon, and then it does it automatically for you. You might have to, tweak certain things here and there, but by and large, it does it for you, which is nice. Well, I hope this was helpful. I hope that you're faring well with your papers. Remember that this is the last paper that we have for the semester. It is the longer paper, but we have a lot of time to do it. By now you should be basically wrapping up your research and coming up with your stance on the issue, right? So I hope that's going well. If you have any questions, please, again, ask them in the Q&A forum. I just put an announcement out where the Success Centers have showed us what we're going to be doing moving forward with DLAs. I am going to say for this class that all you have to do is the 3 hours that are required. I'm not going to have any due dates, strict, rigid due dates for the rest of the semester. If you get your 3 hours in, that's it. That's all you need, okay? So I don't really think it's fair to put any sort of hard deadline on those right now. So in any case, I hope you're all well, and I won't see you at all the rest of the semester, so I'm sad about that. At the same time, I know that it's a good thing that we're all sheltering in place right now for our own safety and the safety of others. So I hope you're well, and I wish you and your loved ones a great weekend. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.